Please give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla.
Very good morning to all the distinguished participants. Good morning. Uh, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me here for this very important 11th Global Safety Summit. And it's really an honor to stand before all of you who are dedicated to promoting the safety and well-being on the global scale. The safety in our daily lives, be at home, be at workplace, be it within our own communities, and everywhere is a universal concern. The fact that we have gathered here serves as a testament to the shared commitment that we all have towards fostering a safer environment for all, not for this generation, but for all the future generations. And throughout this summit, I was going through the program schedule. Throughout this summit, I think all the speakers, the delegates are going to dwell into the intricacies of safety in its myriad forms and explore various innovative solutions and share the experiences that have enriching our understanding of safety. The discussion, I'm sure the discussions which are going to happen during the day will reflect the profound impact of that impact that each one of you has on the safety landscape. Whether the speakers are from technological innovations or shaping the policies or implementing the safety measures on the ground, contribution of each one of you present in this hall are going to be instrumental in creating a safer, more secured world. And ideas which are going to be exchanged, experiences which are going to be shared, and which will enrich the knowledge of each one of us. The approaches which we adopt for the safety must be proactive and innovative in constantly evolving the world. It is the forum like this, the Global Safety Summit, which shapes the future actions, which shapes the future thoughts, those into actions to make this world a better, safer, better place with respect to the safety of the humanity. Today I want to share with few thoughts on the harmony in action, nurturing sustainability, and confronting the climate change. Over the last few decades, we have seen that how the climate change is putting a challenge for the environmental safety as well as for the future generations. So let me take a moment to understand the challenge that which we face, especially with respect to the climate change, which manifests in rising temperatures, unpredictable weather patterns, and extreme events which affect all of us, not only the humanity but all other living creatures, the animals, the plants, the forest, the crops, But the burden of all this climate change is often the heaviest on the shoulders of the most vulnerable ones. We have seen the researchers, scientists, and environmentalists hard for the safety measures, but the impact of the safety measures which we see is not evenly distributed. In our privileged positions, we bear a greater responsibility to address these disparities and work towards a more inclusive and equitable approach for the safety. And I'm sure that at the end of this summit, we are going to come up with many new approaches, even the use of the technology. Sustainability and the climate change represents the two most pressing global challenges of our times. The need for comprehensive solutions has therefore becoming increasingly urgent. The primary driver of contemporary climate change is the increasing in greenhouse gas emissions, particularly carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxides, resulting from human activities such as burning the fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. The consequences of these activities manifest in rising temperatures, altered weather patterns, and more frequent and intense extreme events which we have been seeing and impacting world over. The impact of the climate change are far-reaching, as we all have seen. Rising sea levels and the extreme weather conditions which are also disrupting the agriculture, and changes in the temperature posing risk to the biodiversity globally. Whereas the sustainability aims to meet the needs of the present without compromising on the future. It involves transition to the systems that minimize environmental harm, promote social justice, and ensure the economic viability, and helping especially those underprivileged, the poor, to come to the mainstream. The goal 13 of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Goals specifically focuses on climate action, highlighting the recognition of the intrinsic link between sustainability and addressing the climate change. The mitigation and the adoption are the two unique and key strategies for addressing the climate change, where the mitigation involves reducing or preventing the emission of the greenhouse gases, while the adoption focusing on building the resilience to the inevitable impact of climate change. The sustainable practices such as transitioning to the renewable energy sources, reforestation, and sustainable agriculture plays a crucial role in both mitigation and the adaptation efforts. A pivotal aspect of sustainable development and climate change mitigation is the transition from fossil fuel to renewable energy sources, the solar energy, the wind energy, hydro, and the geothermal energy of a cleaner alternatives. And a lot of development in these areas are happening, and I would like to congratulate all those organizations, the stakeholders who are, coming forward and adopting these sources of energy, and which will ultimately will be reducing the greenhouse gases emission and mitigating the climate change, which is the biggest challenge at this moment for all of us all over the world. Investing in renewable energy technologies not only curtails the environmental degradation, but also fostering economic growth and the job creation. For one of the example where the people are adopting the renewable energy and linking with the grid, and they are not only saving the electric bills for their own houses, but also is contributing to the electric generation and also creating the revenues for themselves. So the preserving the biodiversity, which is another challenge, the preserving the biodiversity is also an integral to the both sustainability and the climate change. Diverse ecosystem provide essential services, including the carbon sequestration, water purification, and pollination of the crops. Sustainable practices, conservation efforts, and responsible land use planning are essential components of safeguarding the diverse biodiversity and mitigating the impact of the climate change. And I think a lot of practices are, innovative practices are being adopted in this area also. And today I'm sure that some discussion will also be happening on these aspects, how we can preserve the biodiversity to mitigating the impact of the climate change. Despite growing awareness, still there are the significant challenges to achieve the sustainability and combating climate change. Economic interest, political inertia, and societal resistance to change poses the biggest hurdles. And I think this is the way the role of all of us come into play, that how we create more awareness by engaging the youth. I've seen that today's youth is more conscious because they know very well how it's going to impact them or the future generation, and we see the many youth across the country take a lot of initiative to create the awareness, and I think we need to support them, help them, inspire and motivate them, and recognize them that what initiative they are taking. They are taking the initiative for the humanity in times to come. So therefore these challenges which are presented because of the economic interest or the political inertia, the societal resistance, but they are also the present the opportunity for the innovation, collaboration, and the development of the new technologies and policies that can drive a transition towards a more sustainable and climate resilient future. So I'm sure during this summit, the organizers will, with the help of all present, will be able to come with a white paper which can be presented to the policy makers. And also this summit not to end here, but how the learnings or the decisions of this summit can go to the society through the education institution, to the research organization, that we create the awareness when we are talking about the Viksit Bharat. In that Viksit Bharat, the role of sustainability and the climate change is equally important if we really want to make this world a better place to live for, because we believe in Vasudev Kutumbakam and also the one earth, one family and one future concept. It only comes from India, and I think this India summit should come with those kind of the initiatives, those kind of declarations, which can be followed for the long term to see the real impact of such kind of summits to make this world a better place. The entwined issues of the sustainability and the climate change demand urgent and concerted global action. As I've said, the pursuits of sustainability is inseparable from effective the climate change mitigation and adoption. By embracing the sustainable practices, transitioning to renewable energy sources, and fostering international cooperation, humanity can navigate the challenges posed by the climate change and build a more equitable and resilient future for the generations to come. I think that initiative this generation only need to take and set the, because lot damage to the climate or to the environment has been done by this generation or generation before us, and therefore this responsibility also is on us, how we take the corrective action and set the things on right path. Therefore the choices which we make today will shape the destiny of our planet, emphasizing the need for a collective commitment to sustainability and the climate change. In conclusion, I wish to commend each and every one of you for your dedication to the cause of the safety as we embark on this journey together. Let us strive for excellence, embrace innovation, and build a legacy of safety that will endure for years to come. It is our duty as privileged individuals and organizations to continue driving change, advocating for safety, and supporting one another in our common goal to make this world more safer and better. This includes fostering educational initiatives, supporting community outreach programs, and collaborating with the organization dedicated to addressing the specific safety needs of marginalized communities and inspiring and motivating the youth to go on this path to make really this planet a better place to live for everyone and not going for elsewhere. Once again, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me and for sharing my thoughts. I'm sure this summit is going to bring the measurable outcomes which are the impactful to make this world a better place. Thank you so very much.
11th edition of Global Safety Summit.
For us, all of you are winners because everyone is embarked on this journey.
Definitely from here, we will start achieving what we are discussing.